he was outstanding. Obviously, it's fun to watch, especially when you think about everything's at stake for both clubs. Everybody's operating, and also to come, he flew in late last night, landed about midnight. So had to work through a rain delay too. So a lot of things could have been a challenge for him, and he doesn't let it be. He's so strong mentally. That was outstanding, obviously.
What was the thinking? Were you debating whether to send him out for the ninth?
Well, you're always debating everything, whether you pinch hit Trumbo for Smith, whether what your batting order is. You debate things. It depends on. I was going to let him have hitter to hitter, unless he had some deep counts. But no, that stressfulness, it's easy for me to say, but he had some real short innings and felt good physically. He's working on extra days rest. He's working on extra days rest next time. He's worked on physically. He's fine. So I didn't, like I say, a lot of times, a lot of the moves are made for you by the other team, and I didn't really see anything. I'm sure y'all didn't. That made me think he was, they squared up a couple of balls the inning before, but you're also careful about changing the, culture, karma of a game. And obviously, it was pretty good with Dylan in there. It would have been good with Zach in there.
Look, you talked about all the things that he had facing, including the rain delay and the death in the family and everything else. The resolve that this kid has shown you. How rare is it for somebody this age to be able to be that mentally tough at this level?
Well, I don't think a lot of people have been through what Dylan's been through, and to battle back through it. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but sometimes you forget Dylan lost his mother and his grandmother at a young age, and this is sometimes life forces you to grow up. It's a guy that was as good a high school prospect as a lot of people ever saw, and then all of a sudden that's taken away from you with elbow surgery, and you got to make some decisions whether you're going to push through it, and sometimes it makes us a lot stronger when you get through those things.
You speak often about him in starts. If he loses it for a batter, it's not something that carries over in the next. When he had that kind of long third inning, is that kind of what you're thinking, that he's the type of guy who can get around those walks?
Well, actually, I thought you were going to say after the ninth inning when he hit Cano. There's a lot of that. His presentation and I talk a lot to young pitchers about your presentation to the opposition, and Dylan obviously wasn't trying to hit him and just reached up for another baseball. That's what you can do, control what you can do, and move on. But I don't think Dylan lets the surroundings, whether it's wind, rain, tragedy like he had in the family, he's got a job to do. He's very professional about it.
Was there a point tonight where you thought it might be a special night for him? I mean, that bunt single was the only hit they had. He struck out 12. Was there a point tonight where you kind of thought maybe this would be a special night?
You look at really good hitters that don't look particularly comfortable. I think that's when it kind of makes you think that there's, when he shows the ability to throw all his pitches over the plate, then all of a sudden, third, fourth inning, he threw a curveball. I know for striking, I know if I'm in the dugout, I'm going, really? That too? So I usually kind of watch the better hitters and see their, that kind of gave me a feel, I think, the second time around the order, that he had some pretty competitive stuff.
His slider looked like it was working really good tonight, especially times when he was able to just tie the guys up in knots in certain situations.
He had that little 86, 87's like, well, I don't want to start broadcasting what he's doing, but he's got a lot of different looks. That's why he's able to defend himself on nights when he's not carrying the type of stuff he had tonight. He's got a lot of different, he can manipulate the ball. He's got a good hand.
Scoop and Machado just keep trading home runs. I mean, is this something that's kind of really fun to watch for you?
Yeah, when we need every one of them. John and Manny are having a lot of fun, and that's always proud for me, and it's fun to watch them.